You're recorded. I understand that the recording and written transcript will be kept confidential and only viewed by the teaching team.
Alright. Morning, Rodwin.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Alright. So just before we get into it, I just thought I'd ask you a few little questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this your first time out counselling?
Yeah, it is. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, there's no reason to be. This is pretty much just designed to help you talk about what's going on for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, just before we start, I thought I'd go through the confidentiality in counselling. Are you aware of that?
No, not really. It is my first session.
Yeah, so basically what's said in here sort of stays between us apart from for 3 situations.
Mm-hmm.
So if I felt that you were going to cause harm to yourself or someone else, then I'd have to tell someone about that. And the court might require my notes for a case, and someone in your health team, like a doctor, may require my notes for any reason.
Yeah.
But if anything like that were to happen, I would try and talk to you first.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Awesome. So I understand that some things have been going on for you recently.
Yeah, I've actually been a bit stressed recently with my new job. Yeah, I just believe that I've been given way too much responsibility under a short timeline. Yeah, it's been a bit stressful to
Yeah.
cope with.
Sounds pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, it has been a bit overwhelming.
So can you outline these new responsibilities that you're finding yourself?
Basically, just like closing up and opening up the store, handling cash, counting money, yeah, basically doing everything a manager normally does, but by myself, and I've only worked there for like 2 shifts, so it's actually quite confronting and scary for me. Yeah.
So you're doing all these new things, counting money, closing the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel like they're expecting too much from someone who just started there?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's a bit much considering I've only been there for like 2 shifts. My 3rd shift will be the last shift I have with someone else, and then I'll be working by myself. So yeah, I think it is a bit, yeah, overwhelming to put a new person in that situation.
Yeah, work by yourself, that must be pretty anxious for you.
Yeah, it has made me feel a bit anxious and overwhelmed and stressed about the whole situation.
Yeah, so how were you sort of feeling when you were going into the last shift that you had?
I was a bit anxious. I was actually really anxious. I believe I had like a mini anxiety attack just before going in, because just all my overwhelming thoughts and feelings just built up, and yeah, I just didn't think I could handle it. But as soon as I got there, it was it all died down. So that was pretty good, I reckon.
Yeah, that's good. So what sort of thoughts were you sort of thinking about in that time when you were stressed out?
Just basically like, what if I screw up? What if I get fired again? Like, basically, just like normal new people thoughts. Like, yeah, just the fear of screwing up, basically.
So has that come from anywhere, do you think? Like, in your old job, did you have any sort of issues?
Yeah, well, in my old job, I was actually unfairly dismissed, so it has obviously heightened up a bit of anxiety and stress for me, starting in a new job, having that fear of being dismissed even when I rightfully didn't deserve to be dismissed. So like, yeah, it has actually brought up a bit of unfinished business in my past, and yeah.
Yeah. Being unfairly dismissed would have been pretty betraying for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty shattering for me, especially when I worked there for quite a bit, and I actually was recognized as being one of the really good employees who like actually know how to interact with customers and have customers come up and say that I'm an asset to the company, and then being unfairly dismissed as if I was like a really bad employee, just like shattered me.
Yeah, that would be really upsetting.
Yeah, it was.
So do you think that you having a really good customer service experience, do you think that helped you getting this new job?
Yeah, exactly. I'm basically the type of person who loves interacting with people. So I always do have a good customer experience. I always know how to like interact with people, and yeah, I do believe that has helped me in gaining past jobs and current jobs, and yeah, I do believe that the customer part of the job isn't that stressful. It's actually pretty nice to talk and interact with people, but it's just the added responsibility on top of that that actually like scares me.
Hmm. So what exactly about the responsibility makes you anxious?
Um, as I said before, the fear of screwing up and like getting fired for something I didn't even know um happened, and like just being inexperienced in a situation where you need to be experienced in,
Hmm.
basically.
So do you think your boss maybe should have waited a bit longer before putting you in situations?
Yeah, 100%. I believe he should have at least trained me for like a full week, or like even like 5 or 6 shifts at least, before have been put in like that situation, not like the week I have started the job.
Yeah, that must be pretty stressful.
Yeah, exactly.
So you started this new job recently. You got a few shifts a week, and you're at uni full time. Is it?
Yeah, I'm a full-time student.
So how are you sort of juggling all of that?
Well, I do like a challenge, and I do like to be occupied in my time. So I do believe that I have been handling it pretty well, but in saying that, I have been slacking these past couple of weeks, which have been pretty stressful. And yeah, also added stress to me and anxiety to meet deadlines.
Deadlines, yeah. So can you sort of outline to me what a week before a big assignment looks like for you? Like,
Um, Basically Netflix until the last minute.
that's not good at all, is it?
Yeah. So it does put a lot of stress on me.
So what do you think sort of, what makes you watch the Netflix instead of doing the assignments?
I don't know. I think I have like a wandering mind where I just like can't do a certain task for a certain amount of time. Yeah, I do believe I have a bit of ADD in me, and yeah, just having to do having to do an assignment seems a bit confronting for me a week in advance.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, as humans we tend to want to do what's maybe easiest or
Yeah,
more fun for us to
exactly.
do, so doing assignments isn't always going
Yeah.
to be at the top priority.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you've got like a day or two left due on an assignment, do you sort of get really stressed when you're doing it, or does it sort of fuel you to do it really well?
In a way, both of it. I do get really stressed at the beginning, but then at the end, I do. It does basically fuel me and motivate me to get it done and meet the actual deadline. So I'm never late to submitting assignments. I'm just late to starting them.
Yeah, that's alright. That's always something to work on in the future, I guess. If you're first year uni, you're sort of still figuring everything out, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So you settling into uni life well, apart from just assessment?
Well, yeah, I do have a great group of friends. I am pretty lucky when I say I have friends at uni. Some of my schoolmates haven't really made that connection yet at uni, so I am pretty lucky in saying that. However, with friends, you do have a bit of fallout, and yeah, there has been a bit of a fallout between some friends in the last trimester. Yeah.
So would you like to tell me more about that?
Um, well, basically, my one of my close friends basically um betrayed my trust by throwing me under the bus for a situation that didn't really happen the way he claimed it happened, just to save his own self, to be honest. So yeah, it was a pretty shattering and stressful situation to be in, especially on top of first assessments and getting all their uni requirements in. So yeah, it was pretty stressful back then, and it kind of still is to this day.
You must have felt pretty betrayed in that moment, hey?
Yeah, I was pretty betrayed, especially since I thought we were good friends and everything.
Yeah, so have you made any effort, or has he made any effort to sort of reconcile that situation?
Well, I'm the type of person that if you do me wrong, I probably wouldn't forgive you unless you apologize or make an effort to. So I haven't made any effort to, because if he hasn't, what's the point of me doing it and fixing a mistake that he's caused? So I haven't, but neither has he. So basically, it's just awkward dead stares and stuff like that
Yeah.
in the hallway.
That wouldn't be too pleasant at all, would it?
Yeah, it is a bit, it has built up a bit of anxiety when coming to uni, specifically that campus is on, just in case I see him and having to deal with that situation, and like, yeah, just talk to him or look at him is a bit stressful to think about, because I obviously wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, especially since he's betrayed your trust in the past.
Yeah, exactly. So since it has been bit confronting to think about.
Yeah. So you say you had a pretty big group of friends?
Yeah, I do. I am pretty lucky with that. They're all basically psychology students because we're all studying psychology. So yeah, I do have a pretty good friendship and a good network to talk my anxieties through and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'd be good to, bounce ideas off each other when it comes to psychology as well.
Yeah, exactly. It is a pretty interesting field, so it is pretty good to do that and have people to actually talk to about what you're going through and experiencing and learning at the same time.
Yeah. And with this friend you've had a fallout with, is he friends with your other friends as well?
Well, in a way he is, but in a way, they have kind of distanced themselves from him because he has basically done it the same thing to them, but not to the extent that he has to me. So they have, in a way, distanced themselves, which has been a pretty loyal move. So I can't complain with that.
Yeah. Especially if he's, just doing things to betray people's trust, that would be pretty upsetting for everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not a way you'd like to communicate with mature university students. So
yeah, exactly. High school was ages ago.
exactly. So yeah, it's something that I wouldn't want, someone I wouldn't want in my life, because that is a pretty immature thing to do. So yeah, I am quite happy about it, but it has added a bit of anxiety to the whole situation.
Yeah, that would be pretty stressful. So, tackling a new job, tackling uni, tackling social life, that's pretty impressive to do all of those things. I'm really impressed, yeah. So,
I do like the challenge, so.
Yeah, exactly. So do you feel like you are handling all of this juggling pretty well?
I feel like, yeah, in a way I am, but in a way it has all built up, and the fact that I haven't been able to use an outlet to get all these feelings and built up anxiety out has been a bit unhealthy, because I'm just holding on past experiences to which obviously will build up and explode in the future. So I reckon if I do use an outlet to get all of this out, it would be pretty healthy and pretty good for benefit me really well.
Yeah, so do you have any, you time where you can sort of do a hobby or anything like that?
Well, as I said before, I love to socialize. So basically, my hobbies is just going out, having fun with some friends. Yeah, so I do tend to have a bit of me time, especially since I've been unemployed for the last couple of months. So I have been having a bit of me time, and I have been enjoying a bit of life. But yeah, I think I would be able to. I do have yeah, a lot of me time.
That's good. So do you feel that that's beneficial for your mental health to sort of just have time to yourself?
Yeah, exactly. It makes me much happier and basically strengthens my mental health.
Especially with juggling all these things, it's always good to sort of be able to take a look back and just think about things.
It is.
Yeah. So I'm sort of feeling like we're getting to the end of the session here. So today we talked about your new job, how you're a bit stressed about that, and also juggling that with uni and your social life with friends. So yeah, it was really courageous of you to come and talk to me today. I thought we had a pretty good session. If we would have a session maybe in a week or two, would you have things that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I would have already worked that shift alone and had to close alone, so that'd be pretty good to check in on. And I would have basically finished all my assessment for uni, so yeah, I'd have a lot to talk about and a lot to get through. So I'll look
Awesome.
forward to it.
That's gonna be really good. Yeah, I look forward to it too.
Okay, sweet.
Thanks, Rodwin.
All good.